Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP and it's Monday once again. And I have a very busy week ahead, but I'm going to make sure I bring you daily content. So we're looking at XRP on the one-day chart, sitting here just under 57 cents. And as I started making this video, all of a sudden XRP started to move upward. And it happened very fast. You know, I understand people get frustrated when they're holding XRP. You go sideways for a long period of time. Then all of a sudden you dip down with the rest of the market. You start to come back up and you go sideways once again. But now is not the time to sell out of frustration. Now is the time to just do nothing. This whole year ahead looks great for XRP. And I noticed a lot of you are now saying in the comments section, this crypto is up 30%, that crypto is up 30%. What, do you honestly think I'm going to sell my XRP and go chase some shitcoin because it's pumping right now? Absolutely not. I've been holding XRP through the worst of it. Nothing will ever make me sell XRP. I understand and I know exactly what I'm holding. Here's why April will be a crucial month for Ripple and XRP. First, they talk about the Zakhanov and SEC legal battles. Now, that coming to an end could give some value to XRP. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But this is much bigger, the SEC versus Ripple case. You know, this could happen at any moment. This case could come to an end right now. And all of a sudden, XRP is going to take off like never before. But, you know, everybody's so focused on this date and that date. I don't follow dates because those dates come and go with nothing happening. You know when XRP is going to take off? When we all least expect it. You're going to wake up one day and all of a sudden XRP is going to be up over $1. Or maybe it's over $2. Maybe it's achieving a new all-time high. When it happens, it's going to happen very fast. Breaking, XRP investors are sending letters to the SEC Gov claiming the SEC has destroyed lives, causing people to lose their life savings in the same day the SEC sued Ripple, causing XRP to crash. Conflict of interest is also mentioned as a former staff, Bill Hinman, received $16 million in ETH. You know, that was one of the darkest times to be holding crypto, when the Ripple vs. SEC case started. And it's good to remind the SEC of all the harm that they've caused over the years, because they're still causing harm today. Look what happened with FTX on Gary Gensler's watch. You know, he is not looking out for me and you at all. He's not looking out for us. He could care less about us. He cares about the big banks that are lining his pockets. We need to get rid of Gary Gensler. This way, crypto could strive and grow here in the U.S. Innovation could strive and grow here in the U.S. But it's not going to happen until we have a change in the White House. And that could start this year. This is an election year, and I think we're going to see a lot of talk of crypto. Grayscale reiterates XRP and adds AVAX to its fund. Grayscale's effect on crypto investment dynamics. Now, I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but I didn't go too much in depth. This is how big this can be for XRP. What is certain is that Grayscale's moves are indicative of potential changes in the crypto landscape. XRP's return to such a major fund as Grayscale could usher in a new era in the cryptocurrency space. All eyes are now on how these decisions will influence not only XRP's market position, but also the dynamics of crypto asset investing this year. The year 2024 begins with Grayscale sending ripples through the crypto market. These strategic shifts, especially the return of XRP and the addition of AVAX, could be the prelude to a larger transformation. I honestly think we're starting this year off in a very big way. But all throughout this year, big things are going to happen for XRP investors. We're going to see the price of XRP rise over time because I think we're going to get value from ISO this year. We're going to see the case between Ripple and the SEC come to an end. We're going to see the carbon credits market start to boom. Tokenization is going to boom. Custody is going to be all the talk this year as well. Plus a lot of expansion and growth on the XRP ledger. 2024 looks like it's going to be huge. Almost all of the successful companies in Silicon Valley had some model of starting with small markets and expanding. Amazon started with books. PayPal started with eBay power sellers. Facebook started with Harvard. Airbnb started with the renting of air mattresses. Tesla started with high-end electric sports cars. And you know, Ripple is following the same path. They started with cross-border payments, and I think they mastered cross-border payments. There's no alternative to RippleNet and XRP. But Brad knows this because he went through Silicon Valley. He used to work at Yahoo and AOL. Then he was named CEO of YouSendIt. YouSendIt became what is Ripple today. That happened back in May of 2012. Now, since then, Brad made a lot of partners for on-demand liquidity, made a lot of traction around cross-border payments. But then he shifted last year, started looking towards tokenization, carbon credits, custody, and he's going to pivot again with AI because I think Ripple's going to go hard in that direction as well because they're already talking about AI being the fifth industrial revolution. They're saying we're watching the clash of the fourth and fifth industrial revolution come together where AI meets blockchain. And I know Brad is going to take us in that direction. Now, a lot of people were DMing me on Twitter about the three mountains that the Riddlers always talk about. So I figured I would mention it in a video. People that have been in this space a long time know exactly what this is. The BIS meeting of May 14, 2019 was the day that Ripple crossed the Rubicon. So it begins. Now, this is what you see the pyramid, so it begins. But that was back in 2019. Now we fast forward, and you could see the pyramid that was created by the BIS. You see cross-border payments at the top, wholesale or retail, interlinkages, and CBDCs. You know, first you get an announcement all the way back in 2019, and the Riddlers back then said, this is the path forward. You know, invest in XRP. You're investing in the new financial system. Now here we are in 2023, and that new financial system is coming together. But that's what they meant by the pyramids that you always see in the riddles. Right there, the three mountains. That was between BIS and Ripple back in 2019. An International Monetary Fund insider says a new reckoning in the U.S. banking industry is all too likely. Now, when the IMF is telling you that the banks are in trouble and 2024 does not look good for the banks, you need to pay attention. This is why I'm always telling you, you can't trust the banks. Get your money out of the banks. Get invested in something else. The bank is never going to make you rich. It's all too likely that we will have another round of regional bank crisis in 2024. All of this could pose a serious risk to the economic recovery. Major property investors such as Brookfield and Blackstone are starting to walk away from their mortgages. This scenario makes it more likely that commercial property owners will, possibly by next year, start defaulting on their loans. That would be very bad news for small and mid-sized banks. Like I said, something big is going to break this year, and it's going to create a domino effect. I still think it's going to be in commercial real estate. It's going to domino into residential real estate. It's also going to affect the banks at the same time, and that's why it's better to be invested in XRP, because when everything falls apart XRP is going to rise. Crypto in general is going to rise. Even the stock market will most likely pop off because of this. Because at the same time, the US dollar is going to continue to lose value. And that's why I'm always stressing real-world events and crypto at the same time. Spend a Bits addresses this issue, but Maxi seems unwilling to recognize that there can be multiple scalability solutions for Bitcoin, improving its scalability. This year, STB plans to launch the Flare version in both Canada and El Salvador. Bitcoin on Flare and the XRP ledger. Remember, I kept saying Bitcoin is going to come to the XRP ledger. It's just a matter of time. Bitcoin is going to run on the XRP rails. But see this, breaking. Laser-eyed podcaster attempts to use the Lightning Network on air. Bad idea. Remember when the Lightning Network was supposed to be the XRP killer not so long ago? You know, that's why I always tell you, you see all these XRP killers and you see all this news. This is it for XRP. But you know what? XRP is still standing because there's no alternative to XRP. It even fixes Bitcoin. $1.1 million worth of Bitcoin was sent to Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet address. Either we are about to find out who Satoshi is, or someone just sent over $1 million in Bitcoin to his address. Now, some people said it's just the U.S. government sending themselves money. But even Jeremy Hogan pointed out that we may now find out who Satoshi is. He commented on a significant transaction linked to Bitcoin. The image accompanying Hogan's tweet shows an amendment to the U.S. tax code. The amendment regards the treatment of digital assets as cash for tax reporting purposes, compelling taxpayers to report receipts of cryptocurrency over the value of $10,000. The law aims to bring more transparency to cryptocurrency transactions and ensure tax compliance. This amendment puts the recipient of the $1.2 million in Bitcoin, presumably Satoshi, in a legal predicament. With their identity still a mystery, acknowledging the transaction would require Satoshi to reveal their identity, thus doxing themselves, a term used to describe the action of publicly identifying or publishing private information about someone anonymously. So are we about to find out who Satoshi is? And remember, Dan Penna says once we find out who Satoshi is, Bitcoin's going to zero. But I doubt we're going to find out who he is, but we got to be hopeful. Maybe this time we'll finally know who's behind Bitcoin. UK trials microchip in hand, CNBC. So universal basic income of nearly $2,000 a month to be trialed in England for the first time. Remember I talked about the chips in the past, and people said we're years and years away from that. We're not going to have to worry about that anytime soon. Well, this is also coming out at a strange time, the time where we're now seeing crypto regulations over in the UK as well. Plus, they're making it harder for people to buy crypto. They don't want you to get rich. They want you to be on the UBI system. And now they want to put a chip in you as well. And, a lot of people say, people are not going to get the chip just because of $2,000. You want to make a bet? People got the vax just so they could travel. Think about it that way. And I think people will line up for this in the future. I'm never getting that chip. I don't even care. If it means giving up my XRP, so be it. I am never getting the chip. But it's just strange that they're amping up around this at the same time that they're amping up on crypto regulations. This also happened. U.S. Congress reaches agreement on the $1.59 trillion top-line spending bill for 2024. This includes $886 billion in defense spending and $704 billion in non-defense spending. In other words, defense is now 56% of U.S. government spending. The spending spree continues. So we averted another government shutdown, and it happened over a weekend when nobody was even paying attention. And why all of a sudden are they amping up around defense? Something big must be coming. Then there's the U.S. debt clock secret window, January 7, 2024. And Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all of them that sold and bought in the temple and overthrew the tables of the money changers. I think whatever's coming for the U.S. dollar, it's going to be biblical. Let's just put it that way. Because there was a lot of biblical terms when they put this out on the debt clock. And I don't know who's behind the debt clock, but they want to warn us of what's coming. And I think we're going to be looking at a digital currency, most likely fast-tracked here in 2024. I think they're going to fast-track the digital dollar. I think they've been piloting it in the background, doing a lot more than they're saying they're doing. And I think a lot of the politicians that are calling out the Fed on this don't realize that the Fed is going to transfer the power to the Treasury, and the Treasury will release the digital dollar. That's my opinion on that. But we're going to have to wait and see. But 2024 looks like it's going to be a very strange year. It's going to be a great year for crypto investors, though, either way. That's why you cannot get frustrated and sell your XRP. Now is the time to stay patient and stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.